Hello, targeted community. I thought I'd let you know about this special I just saw called Legend Hunters, and it had Mind Control USA. Um, However, the guy, of course, said he was skeptical about it. And the last 10 minutes of the program showed uh, the sonic wave things. You know what I mean? That they can project sound. And that's what they're using on me. Because I have heard people use the C word quite loudly. And then I went out, and of course, there's nobody out there. And it was loud, like the C word, very loud. And I went out there and I thought, surely someone would have heard this. And then the first day I moved into this, well, this is my fourth location. I've been a targeted individual for 10 years. Um, Basically, I went across the street and these people had two round circular discs on their curtain. And they used to, all day long, called me the C word, but nobody else could hear it. So that's what they're using. There's some sort of technology that they're using against us. I don't know what the name of it is, and I don't know how to purchase it. But I thought I'd let you know that that is what they're using. So if you hear voices inside your head, you're not schizophrenic. You are a targeted individual. So I just thought I'd let you know that this technology does exist, and it's very cruel. And then they're like, "Well, call law enforcement." How many people have called law enforcement to report harassment? And then they just say, "Susan, you're mentally ill." I'm not mentally ill, you know. And of course, I'm going to get hundreds of trolls. You're schizophrenics, and I'm not. I'm not. So this is very frustrating because we have to really suffer in silence and trust Jehovah God, and He's not uh, doing anything about it right now. He's allowing them, for whatever reason, to continue this crime, and that we have to suffer, and that we're discredited. So when we call the police, these people, all of my neighbors are involved in, my guess is they're drug traffickers. And that's how this crime started. I was in another state, and they threw a Molotov cocktail in my window and blew out the side of my house. Um, and granted, everybody told on these people. That was 10 years ago. I mean, a person could be, change a lot in 10 years ago. But I think that this crime is due to snitches get stitches, and we're being punished. But Jehovah God says, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. It is mine alone to repay." So these people don't have the right to um, put vengeance into their own hands. So we need to stand firm until the end. I'm not going to take my own life, and that's what they want. They have discredited me. I have been taken out of my house in handcuffs for a vicious smear campaign. I have been shoved on the ground. I have been followed. I have been experienced color harassment, red and neon green. I have experienced brighting, a lot of verbal abuse, like "We don't want you here." They'll try to scare me. Right now, I've got foil over all my windows, trying to block the V2K. I've installed double windows and doors, a big fence, and I can still hear them, just like it's no tomorrow. So I don't know how to combat this technology. People are like, "Do something." What can I do? These people are 10 steps ahead of us. So I'm not sure how to fight this evil, but it's very difficult to live under these conditions. I've had a lot of evil stuff happen in a decade. I've seen them do hand signalings. They used to go like this a lot, and then they'd walk off. So 10 years, I've moved 4 times, well, 3 times. This is my fourth location, but they think they're trying to drive me out. But, where am I going to go unless I open up seating on another planet like the moon? People like this are everywhere, unfortunately. People that are addicted to hard drugs. My guess is that these people are, mafia or whatever it is. Uh, in my case, they are a white supremacist gang. Um, that are after me, and then they take your picture and put you on a website such as who'sarat.com. I haven't checked because if you're on it, then they're not going to let you purchase a subscription. So this is what it's about. It's about snitches get stitches, and unfortunately, I didn't know it would lead to this, but it does. They won't let me enjoy myself. They're trying to simulate a prison environment. I'm isolated in my home. And every time I go somewhere, I have to have somebody with me, or they'll call me a rat or a snitch. So don't tell me it's the CIA or the sheriff. It's somebody, like, it could be Freemason or whatever, but it's possibly Mexican mafia or something like that. But these people are very evil, and they never get tired of this little game. I wake up every morning to an obnoxious noise campaign. My neighbor likes to gun his engine, those noisy Hondas with the altered mufflers. I mean, he never gets tired of it. I'm talking, this is every single day. He's a little twerp, and what can I do? I can't, if I confront him, then they said I was violent and that I shook their child. And so, of course, my neighbor, who consequently was a sheriff, was afraid of me, even though I don't leave my house except to take out the trash and go to meetings, go to Jehovah's Witness meetings, and, how is that a threat? I go to the pantry, but I'm very isolated, and so I don't know how that's a threat, why she became afraid of me, but her dad, he left his husky puppy out in the back of the truck howling, and I just said, please. Consequently, I had just had a craniotomy. I had a brain surgery, as you can see. They took out a tumor, which was probably caused by them and their harassment, the tumor. And so her dad comes barreling around the corner and shoves me on the ground and tells me to act like a lady. I'm like, I didn't know I needed to do anything to, be a female. So anyway, apparently my neighbor did a vicious smear campaign on me. The judge believed her because she's a sheriff, and I'm a convicted stalker. So even though I went over there 2 times, now I'm a stalker, So I can't go over to, anytime I go to talk to this neighbor guy of mine, they're all in on it. They all yell at me, and they're inside their house. Like one time when I was going for a walk, which is pretty rare, I noticed these 2 black circular discs on this neighbor's curtain. And I think that's what they were using. I've also seen them talk into their phones. And, she used profanity. And then the minute I walked outside my home, anyway, I think that whatever this device is, it's able to project sound. So this is a tough game because then all of my neighbors are involved. They all take hard drugs, and you know what? I'm not running a popularity contest, so I don't care if people like me. But I just can't keep moving, packing up my stuff and moving once a year. It's not possible. So I don't know how all you feel about this. I'm sure the trolls are going to come and attack me. That's why I've taken down several videos. They tell me I'm ugly, I'm lonely, and all this kind of stuff. I don't know why these trolls, that's what Satan's MO is to watch people suffer, watch people get angry. This is what these people do. This is what's fun for them in 2019. I'm the class of Big Brother. I'm class of 1984. And this was all just, science fiction in my day. But now it's real. This technology exists. Anyway, best wishes, everybody. Hopefully they don't get you incarcerated. I have been taken out in a squad car for medical hold. And as you well know, I'm not mentally ill. I'm not schizophrenic. And I'm sure I'm going to get plenty of comments about that. Consequently, this is not about race. I'm Caucasian, so those of you that think it's because you're black, whatever it is, this is not the time to pull the race card. Sorry, people. People all over the globe are experiencing this. It's about drugs. That's what it's about. It's people that are in gangs. That's what it's about. That's my personal experience, because the people that targeted me were in a gang, I was told. And then when I came home to my home state of Oregon, then they came after me. This girl thought I told on her, and consequently, I didn't. It was her neighbor, but it's easier to target a single woman who lives alone than somebody that has a surveillance system. And he was friends with the chief of police and all of that. But, this white supremacist girl, she went after me, and she had a lot of friends. So unfortunately, I have to deal with this now. Best wishes to all of you. I'm in survival mode, but I will tell you one thing. My life belongs to Jehovah God, and I won't take my life. The worst these people can do is, provoke me to anger. And that's the hardest part, is not to lose my temper. And I'm convicted, because then I do lose my temper, and I'm like, damn it, leave me alone. And, I end up losing my temper. And then I'm convicted, because then God says if you have anger in your heart, then you're not done with sin. And so I don't know what to do about this, guys. So anyway, best wishes, everybody. We're in for a battle of our lives. Lots of praying to do.